When I was preparing for my interview with Chris Beatrice, I bought and played every relevant game to be ready. And one of the games was Hinterland. It's not entirely obscure, it wasn't even on the release. And then Ross made his video about it. It's also one of the early roguelites, one of the early non-Valve indie games on Steam, and one of the medium early-ish BVDWOL games. The current Steam release is also the latest version that includes Hinterland Orc Lords. So, Hinterland from 2008 is a small game in that rare genre that glues action parts to the economic parts. You do some combat and then return back to upgrade your village. That style was maybe started with Actraiser. We are even getting more and more of these things recently. There's also the roguelite elements, but they are so light they are basically indistinguishable from the normal map generation techniques. You pick a dude who gains levels, wears equipment and wants to eat. In theory, you are supposed to invite a farmer to the village as soon as possible and then protect them from raiders. But you can pick the food generation perk when you level up the first couple times, while you still have some food in the storage, which makes it possible to beat the game solo. You can play a short game on easy difficulty with no raiders, but the XP gain is very slow, and you will win before even seeing most of the mechanics. Then, if you check the achievements, the game really wants you to play a long game on very hard with raiders, or even with permadeath. On hard, the game sends packs of leveled creatures of dangerous types from the very beginning, so the best strategy is to delay inviting settlers as long as you can, or even outright solo the game. You can rush towards the hardest, most distant tiles and try to find chests with high level loot to finally be able to attack with starting areas without instantly dying. With the food generation perk, there's basically no need to build the village. All the town services are focused on the town's needs. The food is needed for the villagers, the gold is needed to build villagers' houses, there are no sailors with good wares and potions, any loot you get from mobs is extremely superior to anything the villagers can create. All loot is sold to the merchant only for 1 coin. The only need for food and gold is to fulfill king's demands, which, as far as I understand, are not necessary for the hardest achievements. The only thing the town can produce is healing potions, but if you are petty, you can make do without them. The GUI is insufficient, there's no character tab, so you can't see how much experience you have or need. The magical items have random effects, but there is no way to know which. The graphics look weak for 2008, and the non-Euclidean camera is really weird. It's a decent small game in a rare genre. If you don't plan to hunt for the hard achievements, it's decent enough entertainment.